Hello everybody, this is my next video. This is video number 3. I'm cruising right along here. I can't believe I've done it. 3 videos. It's kind of interesting. Um, Today we're going to be talking about Simfort. Simfort. You can see them every once in a while. They'll pop up ads on TV late night, which I see a lot of because I'm an insomniac, and they're like, wash your hair with carbonic acid and you get new hair growth and you'll get thick, luxurious hair. It's so soft and glowing and everything else like that. I was curious. They use a lot of big fancy words and I got confused. Now, um, it was just a curious prospect that it was like sebum clogs in your hair follicles, preventing your hair from growing to its fullest diameter, making it look like you have thinner hair than you actually do. And I was like, "Oh, that's interesting." And I was losing my hair and losing my hair. I don't know if it stopped or anything else like that. Um, it's pretty much genetic from what I can see. I'm getting hair like my dad. My dad, whenever he gets stressed out, like a major life event happens that's stressful, like my personal divorce stressed him out and he lost some hair, went a little bit more gray. I seem to be following in that pattern, so I try to stay as stress free as I possibly can, and I try to eat healthy to keep my body as stress free as possible. Not always really good at the eating part. Sometimes I like to indulge, gotta have the donuts and everything. Um, but I was curious on if there was some part of it that was because of clogged follicles and it was preventing. Because I used to shave my head. I was in the military, shaved my head, got used to shaving my head and everything else like that. And there were times when I was working out and I was sweating, I could like run my hands, fingertips through my scalp and everything, and it has this kind of a creamyish yellow substance come off with the sweat and everything else like that. I'm like, no, maybe it's possible. Maybe I do have clogged follicles and everything in my scalp. So I decided to invest into it. When I looked it up and I was looking at the local salons that offer carbonic acid cleansing and everything else like that, one time going in was like $100. And this package that got me these 2 products right here, the carbonic acid foam, which you're supposed to use 2 ping pong ball sizes with a shower, and then this was just a hair treatment to do afterwards and give you that softer, luxurious hair. It even cost $100. I got it on sale. It was 85 something after shipping. So I ordered this stuff, and it was implied when you read the information on it, it says that it's pretty much a month, or that's what they imply, because they want you to get the subscription so that you can keep getting stuff. And you every month you'll get a new bottle, a new bottle, a new bottle. And I didn't want to do that, even though it would save me money. I am a little frugal person. Um, but I wanted to try it to see if it even worked because I didn't want to like get into the subscription and then be like, it's too much work to just get out of the subscription and it's coming and then I end up spending $70 a month on hair products that don't work. So I did a one-time deal, paid a little extra more on it, and it actually ended up lasting like 3.5 months using their suggested portion size, which is 2 foam balls the size of ping pong balls, and then a little dollop of the hair treatment after that. So it does not make any sense to do the monthly subscription thing. You would have so much of that stuff stocked that you'd be, after 1 year, that you'd probably be good for 3 to 4 years. So I used it. I used it every day. Every time I got ready for work, I used it. And I don't know if it necessarily made my hair thicker, like it grew at thicker diameter. I don't have the technology to be able to measure that and do that. But what I do know is along the front line, I started seeing more on the hairline. I started seeing more and more hair grow. Um, and it wasn't like a lot, but it was noticeable because it was getting farther down. And I got this little spot back here that was like a little red spot. I don't know if you guys can see it. Right there. You got a little red spot right there. That didn't have any hair around it. The hairline was behind that. Um, and the widow's peak was pretty deep. It's still a little deep, but I started seeing little hairs that were growing. I didn't cut my hair. I just wanted to see what was growing and everything else like that. I had longer hair at the time. Um, so I was just growing it out and everything else like that. I didn't want to inhibit the appearance of it, so I just let it grow. I was using this stuff. Um, I did notice one thing I can guarantee you. I used to have a very itchy scalp. It was like constantly scratching and have these little tiny uh, bumps of scalp. It was like skin. It was like dandruff that was stuck or something like that. It was like I was always scratching my scalp and everything was like that. It was itchy. It was just like a regular thing, like a mindless thing. Uh, so, so uh, what I did is I took the bumps away and it stopped itching. Now I don't have an itchy scalp, and it's been a while since I've used that. It's been a couple of months since I've used Simfort because I wanted to see if it was like a sustained thing or if I had to continue using it like a hair club for man type thing. Here, put this cream in your hair and you grow hair, and as soon as you stop using it, all your hair falls out. Um, so the itchy scalp went away. So whatever it was that was causing my scalp to itch is gone. The only thing that explains it was that I was using the carbonic acid. So that was good, and I did get some gross, like I said, some little little tiny hair buds growing and everything else like that. And the hairline started getting a little farther down to where it should be. Um, the problem is the cost. To spend that much regularly just for the little bit of hair. I mean, I can say maybe 12 strands of hair on the front. You correlate that, maybe I was getting like 3% more of my hair back, which can be a lot for some people. It seems like a lot for me. It did something. Um, and I will try to put some pictures to the before and after. If I can get things working properly on the computer. Having issues with it. Old computer. Gotta love them. So, so it wasn't worth that kind of money, that kind of investment for me. Um, I've since switched. So I'm working more towards a healthier diet, a whole foods diet. Trying to get away from the processed stuff. I am really struggling knocking processed sugars out of my diet. Um, an addict from, from from birth, probably. No, I shouldn't say that because I was actually a pretty healthy kid. My my snacks were little cups of green beans, according to my mom. I'd walk around with a little mug and green beans while I did my life at 2 and 3 years old and stuff like that. So, but later on, I get the sugary cereals, get the donuts. I love donuts. Um, and then you get Kool-Aid and energy drinks and soda and all that kind of stuff. So it gets in there, and very, very inflammatory. And the older I get, the more I notice inflammatory signs in me. Um, I have a tendency to have achy joints and um, get tendonitis really easily. Everything, so I'm trying really hard to get out of it. I have successfully got myself off of my energy drink addiction that I acquired when I was in the military. There wasn't even anything that I even considered before the military, and then with all the um, classes and the death by PowerPoint and everything, and the long meetings and everything, seeing all my buddies, they're like grabbing monsters and like, what's that? And I goes, oh, it's a soda or something like that. And they're like, no, it's an energy drink. You never had one? I'm like, no. And they're like, you should grab one. And in the military, they had the Monster BFC, and it had a rescrewable top. And I'm like, cool, I don't have to drink it all at once. I can save some for later because the cans were huge. And I'm like, I'm not going to be able to drink all that. That's like twice as big as a regular can of pop. That's way too much and everything else like that. Wrong was very addicting and was able to down a BFC a couple times a day. So had constantly gotten that energy and with the sugar and all that kind of stuff and the sugar addiction. But I've gotten off of the energy drink. Now I'm working on getting off of the processed sugars, refined sugars, and trying to get more towards the natural sugars, which hopefully will bring down the inflammation, which will give me a healthier inside and hopefully will reflect on the outside. And then I'll either stop losing my hair, which granted, I haven't seen any hair come out of my comb for about a month, which is good. Um, hopefully, I'm not shedding anymore. It could be just because it's getting closer to summer. I'm outside more. The sunlight is strengthening my hair like it's a plant or something. I don't know. It could be that. Or it could just be that what I'm doing is working and it's at least preventing any more hair loss. And so therefore I won't be bald. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but the bald thing was kind of cool in the 90s and the early 2000s and everything else like that. And it's getting back to where it's more the messy bedhead stuff and everything else like that. Maybe if I can get myself to the level of jacked that Dwayne Johnson is and everything else like that, I can pull off the shaved head again and everything else like that, and it would be, ooh, that works. He looks cool and everything else like that. They're probably not. And I'm pretty sure if Dwayne Johnson still had some hair, he probably would have kept his hair. Um, but who knows? Who knows what that would have done for his career, anyways. But it's a little tangent. I don't know why I'm going on tangents. But anyways, the Simfort, the carbonic acid, I would recommend it if you can afford it. Do not go cheap. Don't go the cheap stuff because in my research I found out that the cheaper things that are like 40, $50 are not like pure carbonic acid foam. So you're not going to get the quality that you get in Simfort was pretty quality. Um, they they're just expensive. And if you want to do it every once in a while just to see how it works and you got the money and the means to do it, by all means go to a salon, get it done, get a carbonic treatment like once a week. Oh my gosh. Well, that was nice. Phone fell. Shows how much of a beginner I am. Um, so I'll have to edit that out. But just to let you know, because the camera angle probably changed. Um, so let's see, where was I? Oh, go to go to the salon, pay your $100 for the treatment. Make sure you tip the person well because you're going to be seeing them regularly. And you want them to do a good job for you, and maybe throw in a little extras and stuff like that. Enjoy yourself. If you're looking for hair growth, it's not 100% guaranteed. I believe it is probably because of plug sebums and everything else like that, and maybe it's just enough to prevent hair from growing. It's choking off the follicle and it's preventing little thing flying around here, preventing your hair follicle to grow any hair because it's basically choking it off. It needs oxygen and everything. Carbonic acid seems to do a really good job of cleansing the scalp. Um, it helped me not have an itchy scalp anymore, and I don't have it. If I ever got an itchy scalp again, I'll probably get some Simfort and do the treatment over again. But like I said, it's been a couple of months and it has not come back. I have stopped shedding, but I don't know. I don't think it's from the Simfort because I was shedding while I was using the Simfort, so it didn't like strengthen my hair. But I did, like I said, get 3%, probably a very generous guess of new hair growth because of it, but 3% is can be enough, and I'll put the before and after pictures and everything. There is a haircut difference between the two because I have gotten a haircut since I stopped using Simfort because it got pretty long and shaggy, and I'm pretty much getting long and shaggy again, and I'll probably get another haircut to go along with that. Um, so if you want to get Simfort, if you want to get this stuff, you want to spend the money on it, by all means, it does work to an extent. It's not as great as what the commercials are letting you on to believe. So make sure that you sit there and do your due diligence and your research. And I will make another video next week. It might be a workout video. It might be another product review. And uncertain on that. I'm still figuring out my plans and everything. So thank you for tuning in. Please like and subscribe. Share this video with anybody that you think might enjoy it. And I will see you guys next week.